Hi, this is Jason, and welcome back once again to For Yarn's Sake, where we're going to show you just how easy it can be to create your very own handmade crochet gifts. Make it unique, make it personal, and make it easy. We're continuing our more advanced set of stitches here, combining the stitches we've already learned to create new and fun things. Today we're going to be working on the basket weave. Now, this is going to look like the biggest, scariest thing that we've done so far, but once you get the hang of it, once you learn the trick, it's actually really quite simple, and it makes very lovely projects. Blankets and placemats and lots of different things that you could do with this stitch. So let's get started. Once again, we're going to need our worsted weight acrylic yarn, and I'm using my 6mm hook. Now, if you joined us for our V-stitch tutorial, you'll notice that we talked about working in our stitches in multiples. And we're going to do that again today. Our basket weave stitch, if you notice, is worked in multiples of 4. There's 4, and there's 4, and there's 4 right there. And it's edged by a double crochet on either side. So in order to achieve that effect, we're going to go ahead and work in multiples of 8 plus 3. And we'll go ahead and explain that. So let's go ahead and chain multiples of 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have 16. And then we're going to go ahead and do our chain 3. Plus 3, 1, 2, and 3. And that's going to count as once again, our turning, our border double crochet. So we're going to go ahead and count 2 back, 1, 2, and then in the third, we're going to go ahead and put our first double crochet, just like so. And what we're going to do is go ahead and just crochet all the way down to the end. So we have a foundation for our basket weave, a foundation of double crochets. And once again, especially if you're a beginner, I highly recommend taking this tutorial and just making a small swatch like this. That way it's easier to mess up on a project when it's only 16 stitches long, right? So go ahead and make yourself a small swatch and go ahead and follow along with us, perfect it, get comfortable with it, and then go ahead and make a larger and larger projects out of it. Practice does make perfect. One thing I always tell my daughters, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Well, practice, practice, practice. And we're going to be coming up to the end of our foundation row of double crochets here. So you just make sure you get a double crochet in every single one, all the way down. And today we're going to be working with a stitch called a post stitch. And if you've watched any of our basic series, you'll know that I talked about post stitches a little bit, and today we're going to learn how to do it. Demystify it, take the scary out of it, and show you just how easy it is. So there is our foundation row. You can see that there. And if you take away our last double crochet here, and our first one here, which was our turning chain, and count, just to make sure. You have a group of 4, and it should all line up. There's 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have multiples of 4, which is bordered by our double crochets. So go ahead and on row number 2, just chain up 2, which is going to count as our first double crochet. Turn it, and let's get started with this basket weave. The first 4, you remember the last double crochet on the last round is going to be our bordering edge. So we're going to start here on the second double crochet, and we're going to go ahead and do a post stitch. Well, what's a post stitch? Well, if you remember our anatomy of the stitch, we have the front and back posts right here, or I'm sorry, front and back loops on the top, which form the little top V. and then this right here is our post, and we're going to go ahead and use that. So go ahead and let's make a double crochet. So we wrap around. Let's get it close so you can see it, and instead of going through here, we're going to put our stitch or put our hook down through and then back up. Grab, pull it through like that, and then just complete our double crochet. Now let's take a look at that again. Double crochet, go down between the two stitches, back up the other side, grab and pull through, and just complete our double crochet. And now you've made two posts. These right here are called front post double crochets. And we're going to be working with both front and back post double crochets on this, and that's how we get the nice basket weaving effect. And there is the first set of 4, right like that. And then you'll notice that they kind of pop out in front of it. So let's start our second 4, okay? Now if we went down through here like this for the front post, and it's called a front post because the post is in front like that. The back post double crochets, you're going to actually reach around the back of your project and then grab your yarn and pull it down through and then back up the back. Now back post double crochets are a little bit more confusing to get a hang of, okay? Instead of popping the stitch out in front, you're popping it out in back. And sometimes if it makes it easier, go ahead and turn it like this and grab your stitch and go through it like that and come out. And you've made another back post double crochet. Now let's look at this, okay? So you have here, and your hook is going to go behind your project, up through the hole, and then back through, which pushes the post to the back. Grab and just pull it all the way back through, and then finish off your double crochet. And that's 3. Now one more time. We're going to go behind the project. So you're essentially pushing that post to the back, and then pulling up your loop and doing 4 more, just like that. And then you'll notice these 4 stitches here get pushed to the back, where these over here went to the front. And you just keep alternating that back and forth and back and forth. And this is, again, why we use these smaller swatches to practice with, so we can go ahead and pull it out if we have to and practice again. So these next 4 are going to be, again, front post double crochets. Okay, and just take your post, and sometimes I like to push it up through with my finger, and then just go down through it like that. So the post is going to be in front of your hook like that. And then just finish off your double crochet. And there's 2. And down through the hole and back up through is 3. And then 1 more. Let's take a look at this really slowly. Once again, we're going to go through the front and then around the back and then back up through. And then we've made our post double crochet. And then we're going to finish off with a set of back post double crochet. So once again, you go behind and then through and then back up and then finish off your double crochet. Okay, let's see if I can get that really close for you. Okay, we're going to go behind the project and then back up through the space in between the 2 stitches. So over here you have the stitch you worked previously, and over here is the post that you're working currently. And then push your hook back through that hole, draw up a loop through the whole thing, and then finish off your double crochet. And then go ahead and do it one more time. Behind, push it back, pull through, pull through like so, and then finish it off. And then our final post crochet we're doing right here, and then we're going to go through the back through the other hole, pushing the post to the back of the project, and then just pulling your yarn back through and finishing off your double crochet. And this is the beginning of your basket weave. And then on the last stitch, we're just going to go ahead and put our bordering double crochet like so. And then to go ahead and do the next row, you're going to chain up 2 again, and then turn. Go ahead and turn your work. And you notice that everything else, everything is inverted. So that what was back post over here on this side is front posts. So we're going to go ahead and just make it look exactly like this again. So we started with front post over here at the beginning. So once again, we're going to start with front post double crochets, which will push these back out like so. And you're doing, again, all you're doing right here is continuing the look of the previous row on top. Just do 4 more front posts like so. Just go ahead and go down through, so the post is going over top of your hook, grab, and then pull through and finish off your double crochet. And so now we've taken that and we've made it look longer, like this. The stitch goes all the way from here to here. And then on the second one here, we're going to be doing our back posts. So once again, go back through the back, out through the next hole, and then just come and finish it off like this. Now let's take a look at this a little bit better here. And our next one is going to be this one right here. So this right here is the stitch that we've already worked, and this one is the one we are currently working. You're going to take your hook and it's going to go behind the project. And it's going to go up through that hole and then back down through that hole. And then which pushes the post back to the back. And let's go ahead and do that. And go ahead and push it back and do a back post double crochet. That's 2. And that's 3. And one more is 4. And we just alternate this back and forth and back and forth. And that's the project. And then for 4 front post double crochets, 1, go through the top, 2, and 3, and 4. Now getting the post stitches down is really the hardest part of this whole stitch right here. But once you get that a little practice and get that down, this goes really easy and very quickly. And once again, people will be amazed at how you were able to accomplish such a look. Go back through the back post like so. And then the last one of the row like that. And then on our last chain here, turning chain from the last row, just go ahead and put another double crochet right on top. And you've completed row number 2. And you can see how that weave is starting to work itself out. And then you just continue that over. Chain 2, come over. And now we want to alternate. Now instead of starting with a front post, we're going to push this back and do a back post double crochet on the first 4. So that's 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Which starts the weaving effect. See? And then the next 4, you see our back post, so we're going to alternate that and do front post on top of them. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. front post, so we're going to alternate that and do back posts. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then our last set here is back post, so we're going to alternate that once again and do front post. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 more, 4. And then once again we're just putting our final double crochet on top of the turning chain of the previous row, like that. And you can see how that's going to work itself out there. And coming back over here to our swatch right here, we can see that this is 2 rows here and 2 rows here, and it carries it all the way down. So you just keep repeating that over and over and over again, and you will get a basket weave. Once again, thank you for joining us today. Leave a like down below if this helped you out. Comments with your suggestions on future videos, things you want to see, projects you're working on, problems you're having. Let me know all about it. And we'll see you back here again at For Yarn's Sake.